Yes, everybody. It's Russ from the West Ham Network. It's 6 o'clock, and so it's time for the Academy Show. So, anyone new to the channel, what we do on a Monday, we're the only channel out there that dedicates a show just the Academy, just the 18s and 21s, because it's so important. So you guys are sort of equipped with all the knowledge. So when you do see an Ollie Scars, you know who he is, you know who Lewis Orford is, you know who Caelan Casey are, you know Edge Scotland Beckis, Ezra Mayes, Junior Robinson, Patrick Kelly, Sean Moore, Finn Herrick, you know these people, Brad Dolligan, you know them, Josh Ajala, you know the names. And also it gives opportunity to shine, particularly things like the loan spells and stuff like that. And what we tend to do is we tend to do any sort of contract news. Obviously, we spoke about last week. Gabriel Kalista and Jeffro, they both signed their first pro deals, so congratulations to them. We talk about the players out on loan in terms of the academy players, the first team players out on loan. We cover that separately with Hammer's headlines, and then we also cover any games that the under 21s or 18s played over the weekend, and preview any games coming up as well, because there's plenty coming up. Right, no contract news. So, as I said, we spoke about Gabrielle and Jeffro earlier last week, but I'm going to talk about the loan players. Let's start with George Earthy. George Earthy was a second half sub. Meant to be in. George Earthy was a 69-minute sub in Bristol City's 2-1 away defeat. So home defeats to Wolves in the FA Cup third round. Callum's game against Shrewsbury, was it? Shrewsbury Town. Away was postponed over. Shush! It was postponed over the weekend. Patrick Kelly, PK, wasn't in the squad for their their away win against Hull City on penalties in the FA Cup third round for Grant McCann's side. Gideon Kodua had a starring role for Wycombe, played the full 90 minutes and was a key man for them as they beat Portsmouth, Freddie Potts Portsmouth, 2-0 at home in the FA Cup third round. It's a bit of a giant killing there. Elsewhere, AFC Hornchurch match against Worthing, that was postponed. A lot of postponements, obviously, due to the weather. Obviously, Mason Terry is plays well. He's with the youth team and stuff, and then as AFC Hornchurch are a non-league side, he goes to play on the games with them. So there we go. Speaking of other loans, obviously we've had a few recalls. We've recalled a few players back on loan. We talk about Michael Forbes. He's been recalled. Levi Lang, he was recalled. He then played against during the week as well. And Christian Hegyi, he's also been recalled from his, I'd say, unsuccessful loan spell at Motherwell. The club said that he joined the Steelmen at the start of the 24-25 season, starting two of their victories in the Scottish Cup against Edinburgh City and Clyde in a run that saw them reach the semi-finals. He was very much going as their number 2 goalkeeper. So very much seen as backup to their first team goalkeeper. So whether he goes out on loan again, possibly. At the moment, we've got quite a raft of good goalkeepers at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go out on loan to a League One, League Two side, potentially. Or even, last year he did the same thing. I think he was at Crawley Town for the first half of the season. Then he went to Den Haag in the Netherlands for the second half of the season. I would imagine that would happen again, in all honesty, because Finn Herrick's playing well. Mason Terry is doing a good job. We've got quite a few goalkeepers at the moment in the under 21s, and we've got the likes of Areola, Fabianski, and Wes Fodringham. So he's sort of in the middle. You've got sort of the first team as the 21s. He's very much in the Venn diagram. So I can imagine Christian will be moving to another club in the January transfer window. In terms of games played, on Tuesday night, last Tuesday, West Ham played Ebbsfleet United away in a very cold Ebbsfleet in the National League Cup Group D. And we won 2-1. Took all 3 points in their opening game of the calendar year. Hard fought 2-1 victory against Ebbsfleet, marking their third consecutive win and second in a row against senior opposition in the National League. We had a spate of about 5 or 6 games where we didn't win at all. And then towards the end of towards the end of the calendar year, and obviously going into Tuesday, we seem to be picking up a bit of form. If anyone saw the game, I mean, we dominated for large portions of that game, and it actually leads itself quite nicely. We took 3 points, and then we're setting up. We've got the last game is against Dagenham Redbridge, which is quite nice. And I mean, we've had a 3-week break over Christmas, but the creativity was still there. Josh Ajala scoring his third goal in as many games in the competition after about 9-10 minutes. Great little goal, good player. I think Josh is next year for me. He needs to go out on loan to get some game time. We had some young lads. I mean, Cam Schweier scored after 54 minutes as well. They pulled one back with 5 minutes to go. Levi Lang returning from his loan spell. He was in the side. Louise Al was in the side. Lewis Orford captained it. Who else? Any other names to my boy Edris Golan Beckis, the under 18 or 17-year-old England international. He came on with 15-20 minutes to spare as well. So it was a really good game, and this National League Cup is really benefiting, I think, West Ham, particularly under 21s, and with the players not going out on loan, it really helps, I think. In terms of the games at the weekends, the under 21s and under 18s both had their games postponed due to frozen pitches. The under 18s are going to be playing Crystal Palace at Little Heath, and a pitch inspection concluded the playing surface would not be fit to host the fixture. That's been rescheduled now to Tuesday at midday at Little Heath. The Young Hammers currently sit 7th in the Premier League South, 3 wins and 4 draws, and opening 9 games, 8 points behind the league leaders, Aston Villa, albeit we've got a game in hand in the under 21s. They're going to be playing Liverpool away on Sunday, actually, and that was postponed due to a frozen pitch at Kirby Academy. Just lots of snowfall. They sit 13th in the standings, 3 points safe of the playoff cut-off point, albeit with at least a game in hand around the teams around them, so they'll be okay. In terms of games coming up, the under 21s are back at Rush Green on Friday. They play Sunderland under 21s, and get yourself there. 7 o'clock kickoff. I think it's a couple of quid for non-season ticket. I think it might be even free for season ticket holders. If not, it's no more than a £5. Get along. There's usually a car park space in the actual Rush Green car park. If not, plenty of parking outside. You can get yourself a cup of tea and see the likes of Lewis Orford, the likes of Ezra Mayes, maybe Kalen, these types of players playing. It really does help. And then they play then I'll probably talk about it next week, but then they play Dagenham Redbridge at Dagenham Redbridge on the Tuesday, which will be quite a game. I think in terms of the under 18s, they're playing on Tuesday. They're playing tomorrow. That's been rescheduled. The game against Crystal Palace, and then they play. I don't think they play until the 25th. They play Arsenal, I think, at their training centre. But yeah, not bit frosty this weekend, isn't it? Been a bit cold. But anyway, that's it. That's the Academy show. As I said, if you are, and I'll keep plugging this, if you are going to the game tomorrow against Fulham, go to the fan zone, because you'll have an opportunity to see someone, an ex-player, I guarantee you've probably never seen since they've left. Partly because they were in prison for a long period of time. But apart from that, but Super Tom, Super Thomas Repka. You've got to go see him just to see that, see what's going to happen. I have no idea what's going to happen. It's like it could be a car crash, it's gonna be worth going to see. Anyway, apart from that, take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, keep the faith, and come on, you bloody blind irons. Much love.